Welcome to another installment of the Final Scoop podcast, a serene, pleasing, calm, and relaxing podcast where we sing happy thoughts, we share beautiful memories and love with one another over and over and over again. My name is Robert Schinetsky, the supplement engineer. Joining me as always is my merry band of gentlemen, good-hearted, kind souls. And Robert Samborsky, Apollon Nutrition. Lukasz, troublemaker Rytkowski. Prometeus Intelligent Sports Technology. Shane, Babyface Smith, Stack.com. How are you going, my friends? How are we today? Is everybody in a calm, relaxed state of mind?
I'm serene.
Serene.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Calm, serene. Oh, man. My friends, it's good to be back. And as always, for people tuning in on the live stream, you got any comments, questions, queries, quips, smart-ass remarks, feel free to post them up. We've got a laundry list of things to go today, describing supplements that are claiming to boost actual intelligence and the current state of greens formulas and everything else. So we've got a lot to get to, and I'm ready to rock and roll, man. How are y'all?
Yeah, let's start. Let's start the banter.
Yeah.
Everybody had a good week?
Yep. I said I'm gonna be in a good mood today. Nothing but happy thoughts, and I'm gonna try to be as nice as I possibly can, and I'm gonna try to entertain everyone because this angry shit has to go.
Yeah. After last week's episode, we need to chill the fuck out.
You the one actually who started the whole thing, you fucker.
Like I said, I'm just a wood for your fire, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. God. All right. Here we go. All right. Pete Pasmus. There we go. Shane, you look like fuck again.
Damn it.
See,
I had a problem. Crazy. I said I had a problem because, I was in the zone. I had a cheat meal yesterday. And they got me in the mood to do super fuck all. And then last night, me and my wife were like, let's watch the Squid Game, the Netflix show that's taken off everywhere.
The Squid Game?
You haven't heard about this? Oh, I suppose you don't have Instagram. You don't know much, but it's Nope. You would have seen supplement companies are using memes about it. There's a whole bunch of them doing it. But yeah, it's kind of like Saw, but it's a Korean-based movie, and they kind of.
Oh, cool! Well, if it's a good horror movie, I'm up for watching that. I love horror movies.
It's subtitled and everything, but it's pretty fucking badass. I have to admit, we didn't really know what we're getting into.
Yeah.
And then I went to sleep at 2:30, so I woke up 4 hours later for your ugly asses. So I look like shit because of my own fault.
Shane is surprised how he looks. There's no mirrors. They don't allow mirrors in New Zealand.
We have mirrors in the house. I just don't use them.
But I thought you're one of the four of us that actually flexes when you walk in front of a mirror. So you just haven't walked past a mirror today? You haven't flexed today either yet?
I mean, if I'm looking at flex in the mirror, I'm not looking at this one. That's why I go to the gym, so I don't have to look at this. You can fix everything else. You can't do anything with this.
Well, at least not with weights, you can't.
Whatever this looks like, you should have luck, son.
There you go. Simon says, "Hi, Pete. Sridhar. Robbie seems to be in a very happy mood today. Lukasz looks very happy. Caffeinated. We're all in a good mood today."
To be fair, all torpedoes and warheads, they take off nice and smooth and they don't explode till the end. So, it's...
Well, unless you're one of those North Korean missiles that just kind of gets 5 feet in the air and goes that way.
No, but it's funny. You know what? I was just thinking about this, and I'm like, okay, there is a lot of anger. I mean, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. Some people deserve a little fire. But if you look at it from a different perspective, the supplements industry is probably the funniest industry in the world. Seriously, you know what? I was thinking about it because, I got a few comments about anger issues, so I was thinking, is it really that bad? And then I was looking through, through the social media, obviously, and I found so many funny things. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't even know how we fucking, miss all these things. I mean, it's fucking hysterical. Like comedy on TV is not funny, but the supplements industry, that's like the funniest shit ever. I mean, what I was thinking? Oh, I was. Have you seen Ryan doing that one sip thing that he does? You know, he
It's
does
not
like
one
a.
sip.
It's not fucking one sip. He never does one sip. That fucker lies even on that. And it's so hysterical. It's never one sip. And he likes to do it. He goes like, it's one sip. You know how it goes. He takes a sip. And then he takes another sip. And it's with every fucking thing. I'm like, whoa, how does he count all the money that he gets when he can't even count to two? Like, it's fucking hysterical. Like, I don't know how the fuck does he do it. Like, it's like one sip, then he does the little thing with his mouth, then he does the second sip, and then he calls his wife because he's not even convinced if what he tried is actually good. I mean, it's fucking hysterical. It just doesn't get any better than that. Then I saw, yesterday, you know that Mark Glazer was married, right? He's separated or divorced, right?
No.
I do not know that. I mean, I know he has a son. I don't know his marital status.
Okay, well, yeah. He's divorced, and you know, and the funny thing is, I've known Mark for like a good number of years. I've never seen his wife. I've never seen a photo of his wife. Never, not even once. But his girlfriend, now I see quite a bit. Like he has a girlfriend, but the way he fucking takes pictures with her. You know, it's like a typical ugly man who has like a trophy girlfriend. And he's like, literally, when he stands next to her, he sticks his chest out and like, oh, look what I got. You know, but if you look at his face, he looks like Mike Myers. You know, the shaved head and shit like that. I mean, he looks exactly like that. Like, look, I have a trophy. And you look at it and you're fucking dying laughing because it's fucking hysterical. And it goes on and on and on and on and on. It's like nonstop. It's everywhere.
Another good reason I don't have social media, so Robbie can't make fun of me for anything I post. That's yet another good reason. For outside of dealing with all the drama in the industry and all the negativity, I just don't have to have Robbie tear me apart. That's another good reason I don't have social media.
You're the easiest target. When you and Sandy do a fucking podcast, you're like a fucking sidekick that doesn't even belong there. It's like a Sandy show plus one. You know, it's like sometimes I'm watching her and I'm laughing, I'm having a good time. Then you put your 2 cents. I'm like, shut the fuck up, you're not funny. Like, why are you there? Like, seriously, put a Sandy show plus, I don't know.
The big-eyed dork.
Plus one, you know, because you are a plus one. It's not a supplement engineer. It's a Sandy show plus some dork sitting next to her and just interfering with the fucking podcast.
Okay, so maybe I should just send Sandy to the Apollon seminar in October. I'll just stay my ass here.
Well, at least we're going to have a good time.
God damn.
All right. Well, there's Robbie's opening rant.
One sip.
That's from Barstools.
One sip.
Rob's leaning on the edge already. Oh, yeah. Oh, if anybody else does have any questions, feel free to post them up. Or just you want to tear into me, Lukasz, or Shane. I'd avoid saying anything negative to Robbie, or else he might go off on you.
You're not wrong. You own Crocs, you eat vegetables, you wear purple shirts. You do make it kind of easy on yourself.
I do.
I wake up and look like shit. Sometimes I don't look like shit, sometimes I do. That's all good.
So you're saying I put effort into looking like shit since I wear purple and I wear Crocs?
I didn't say you look like shit. I just explained to you what you wear. You just said you look like shit. You put the pieces together.
There was a insinuation.
Last week you were sweating like a pig, so
I didn't take it today.
Definitely a progress.
I didn't take it. I was thinking about it. I was like, I wonder if I take it. And I was like, no. It was bad, man.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
I wasn't even moving. I was just sitting here. That's a good thermo, I tell you that.
There you go. Last week I was enjoying popcorn.
That was definitely a good commercial.
It was. Free we should start charging people for advertising during these podcasts, the amount of time we spend covering products. I wasn't
intending to advertise anything. I just took it in the morning.
Yeah, bro, we should.
I was drenched, and it's not like it was hot.
Flex those bags under your eyes, Shane.
Speaking of commercials, don't forget, you can get a fat discount using our special code at Apollon's Nutrition.
Do we get the fat discount?
Use it.
We're going to do the extra fat for episode 100. We're going to do an extra fat discount.
Yeah, we're going to do a fat discount on 100 episodes.
That's ages away, isn't it? What episode are we now?
66.
Oh,
but there is something special coming for European viewers. So maybe Robbie will do a small sneak peek soon, or maybe today.
We're not gonna flash anyone, are we?
Oh shit!
I hope not. I don't need to get completely banned off YouTube. It was bad enough with Sandy's ranting on Thursday's live. I'm surprised we didn't get deplatformed at that point with those stories. Jesus. Apollon seminar coming up quick. Be there or be square. 3 weeks from today. Correct, Robbie?
Yeah. 3 weeks from today, Apollon seminar. All the cool kids are gonna be there for sure. Unfortunately,
plus me, the lame one.
Well, Sandy couldn't make it, so she sends her replacement. I mean, we'll take whatever we can get. Unfortunately, Shane's not going to be able to make it. Lukasz, can you make? Yeah, no. I mean, right now with the travel and everything, yeah. So we're probably going to reunite in Germany. I believe in April, right?
Yes, that's the plan.
It's going to be cool. I mean, a lot of cool guys are coming in. Obviously from the bodybuilding world, from MMA, etc. I mean, a little nervous because it's only 3 weeks away, but nevertheless, pretty much everybody I was hoping that will come is coming. Some people are coming that I don't really want to come, but whatever. We welcome everybody, even the fucking outcasts, because nobody else will take them. Ben from Price Plow, he's going to be at the event by Natural Body because they have the event on the same day. So, Ben wanted to come to Apollon seminar.
Is that the block party?
Yeah, the block party. So Ben's going to go there because there's going to be a lot more ass to kick than at Apollon seminar. So he's going to be there, so it's going to be more fun for him. All the guys that he enjoys to be around will be there. And Ryan's going to be there too. He's going to be sipping pre-workouts, one sip. But all the cool kids are going to be
Everybody knows the rules.
Yeah, everybody knows the rules. One sip.
I've only heard that natural body one is pretty big. I've never been.
No, it's usually I don't know. Like this year, they've been very, very quiet in terms of everything. But typically, back in the day before the pandemic, I mean, they located in Queens. So it's like very heavily populated area. So typically, they have good traffic and all that. But they invited us, but we not going to be able to make it. But they even stated themselves that not all the companies are coming. Based on what I saw, I'm doing advertising for them, but fuck them. I mean, nobody's going to go anywhere. I think that. Mark Lobliner is going to be there. He's going to be challenging everybody who cannot box for boxing matches. I'm sure Mark Glazier is going to be there because they like three musketeers: Mark Glazier, Steve Calabrese, and Ben from Price Plow. That they always hang out together.
Do they set it up in like a parking lot, or how's it?
Yeah, typically it's set up in a parking lot. I mean, they have They have kind of like a front store it's a side of the road in a way. So there is a bit of a space where you can definitely set up like little tents and stuff.
Close to the shop? It's close to the shop or what?
It's very close to the shop. It's around the shop. But the thing is, they also let you set your booth inside the shop as well. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can give this away. I don't know if it's a secret or not, but I mean, it's just the truth. But inside the store, typically only the cool kids are allowed to be. So basically, it's a sponsored event, and everybody who's there, all the brands, they have to pay.
Has it ever rained?
I think, well, it's always in August. Most of the time, it's in August.
So it's just been pure luck that it's never been ruined by weather.
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't remember, but they have tents. I think I remember maybe 2 or 3 years ago that there was like a bad weather or something like that, but they had tents. Yeah,
I've always wondered about this.
But I know like inside the store, because it's a pretty decent like size store, and the way it's set up, I guess you can put like 3 or 4 or maybe 5 tables, but inside, usually they keep a bigger name. So say, for example, if Kai Green comes or something like that. And in terms of sponsorship, I don't think they take money. I think they take products. So there's different like tiers, like gold and silver and whatnot. So that's the way it works. And the companies usually come and they promote themselves and obviously, the store itself. But this year, I know that First Form is coming. I know X and Sledge is coming. I know that Glaxon's going to be there. And, obviously Mark Lobliner, MTS. So I know. I mean, the problem is that the whole vaccine thing, in New York for all the events and stuff like that, you need to show basically, the vaccine proof or something. So I don't know how that works, but on the other hand, it's outside. So I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work out in terms of that, but they haven't been like really heavily promoting it either. I know that I only saw like a little ad, I think yesterday, that Tim was doing something on Instagram, and that's about it.
I know it's usually pretty big.
Yeah, typically it's a pretty big event. I mean, obviously they didn't have it last year, so I think Core is going to be there. So they're going to have traffic because, like I said, it's a lot of buildings, a lot of apartment buildings in the area. So it's like a walking distance. So typically there's a very good traffic.
Is it far away from you?
From us, it's driving probably about an hour and a half.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's close to J.
You could do both.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you could.
It's close driving.
It's close to JFK, and considering right now the prices of gas and the tolls that you have to, I believe that whoever is in that area is going to go there. If somebody chooses between us and them, which is possible too, I believe that we have an upper hand just because of the athletes and personalities that are coming and just the way it's set up. Because at the end of the day over there, it's mostly about sales, so it's kind of a different event. But in terms of like who's going to be in the area is going to go there, I don't think somebody's going to travel. It's just too expensive, and traffic and all that. Nobody wants to deal with that.
So basically, their show is more like expo, while yours is more like a seminar, right?
Yeah, ours is more like a seminar, entertainment, fun. I mean, Robert's been there, and theirs is like basically like kind of like Olympia or any of those. But I mean, of course, not that size. But it's an outside, just tables. You can take samples, and that's about it. Sometimes you get some, known personalities, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
Ben, the lives are absolutely popcorn worthy. Sit back and enjoy. That's what we're here for. That's why the 4 of us knuckleheads get together and do it. Fernando Raranov. It's not one sip.
Definitely.
There we go. I have to agree. Sandy makes the show. Robert, go get Sandy, and you go watch the kid. I did that the first 6 hours of the morning. I did that the first 6 hours of this morning. This is my reprieve from child duty. But yeah, Sandy is so much more worthwhile to watch than I am. If you want to go to sleep and have somebody lull you to sleep with science, I'm the guy. If not, although Lukasz, did you go and see the live on Thursday? Did you go back and watch that yet with me and Sandy?
Yeah, I watched that. I watched the replay because watching it live is not impossible for me, man.
Right, and so I sent that part to Robbie. Was I out of line when I got a little feisty?
Nah, you were okay.
I was okay.
You got feisty?
A little bit.
Are we talking like an angry kitten, or are we talking like a?
We're talking about. I said something, and somebody said, "Whoa, Robbie showed up to the live," and that was the comment or something along those lines.
Bro, it's your Polish side. Maybe that's why.
What was the topic? What was we talking?
Sandy and I were in the middle of comparing the authentic bar, the mint chocolate chip flavor, or the mint cookies and cream flavor, to the outright mint cookies and cream flavor. Somebody came on the stream and he had watched the episodes before and commented before, but hadn't commented maybe 4, 5, 6 months. So we're in the middle of that. We had just come off, me and Sandy, and everybody that regularly tunes into the show is aware that we don't focus entirely just on fitness, nutrition, supplementation stuff. Like there's off the wall topics and stuff like that. So
Like crops
Sandy had
and
just finished.
vegetables.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
We did some liquor tastings. We did some food tastings of the care package that Lukasz was nice enough to send us. Then we were working our way into another supplement review or functional food review, the 2 protein bars. We stopped midway through because Sandy decided to go and tell a rather personal story about the 2 of us. You can go back and listen to it if you want to. I'm not going to bore you with the details of that. And then somebody chimes in the comments and says, you should discuss how fitness and supplements enhance real lifters. Get back to that. You're losing people. And to which I responded, and that was the comment that you should do this. And my response was, buddy, you got a question. Feel free to post it up. We'll answer it. If not, I'm going to talk about what the fuck I want to. And then Sandy said, whoa, Robert, why are you getting so feisty? And I said, look, this is my channel. We're in the middle of doing a goddamn supplement protein bar review right now. You're going to come and shoot your mouth off and say something and not actually post a question. There's plenty of other free content out there that you can go watch. If you have a question, I'm more than happy to answer it. If not, fuck off. And that's more or less what I said.
I'm proud of you, man.
That was pretty feisty. I would have just been like...
I think, you know why it was feisty? Because I don't think it's a little. I think it's a little bit unexpected coming from you. I think that. But you were totally right. I mean, I would probably be the same way.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely be worse than that.
Well, Sandy said, "You don't think you were a little harsh, Robert? Like this is after the live is over and a couple hours had passed." And I said, "No, I still stand by the way I reacted." I said, "The whole thing is that look, if you would have said, hey." Can we get back to talking about supplements? But he says, you're not talking about how supplements and lifting help real lifters. And I thought, we're in the middle of reviewing a goddamn protein bar. How is this not supplement related, first of all? Second off, don't tell me how to run my channel. You can feel free to post a comment or a question saying, hey, what do you think of this ingredient? Or what can I do with this? Not, you should do this. You're losing viewers. So... if I should be doing something, maybe you should do that and start your own channel, and you'll have millions and millions of subscribers.
So, sometimes people, like, remember that message I sent to you guys from that brand?
Yeah.
Some people just, they don't have the, what is the word, like, the finesse or the language skills to communicate what they want to.
Or the common decency to ask politely.
But when they do it, it comes across as rude. But sometimes some people are just like that. I get messages from a lot of people. Like brands being like, oh, this brand sucks at shit. Why are you sharing this? You must be taking money. And I'm like, delete. Or just, I respond and be like, we don't take money. But thank you.
Yeah.
I'm always the kill 'em with kindness guy.
Usually I'm very... measured in my response is very nice. Easily
You're
going back and
subdued.
forth like that.
Used a curse word. Oh.
I was a little feisty at that point, just because it's Santa and I have been doing the live for how long? We do this podcast for over a year together. We've been doing. There's plenty of avenues where I'm putting out free information. I'm not charging for any of this, and you kind of get off the nerves that So that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Look, if the delivery had been, hey, could you guys get back to supplements? I'm not really interested in this, and at that point. You got a supplement question, man. I'm here 3 days a week on YouTube answering questions live. You got something, fire away.
At the end of the day, you won't please everyone. So
correct,
yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do. That's the beauty of it, you know.
A couple of years ago, probably about 7-8 years ago, I gotta send you this. I got a haircut that was a little bit of a killer design, so to speak. Mm-hmm. I'm going to send it to you just for pure entertainment purposes so you could laugh your asses off. And it was cool. I was training for a fight, and it was just like a badass kind of a thing. This barber did like crazy shit with my hair, and it was just... So I got a lot of comments, obviously, because it was drawing attention. I mean, and one of my very good friends, actually one of my closest friends, is Dan Mergliotta, who's a ref for UFC and Bellator, and he's a well-renowned Muay Thai instructor, Jiu-Jitsu. We were very good friends. He's very straightforward, extremely straightforward. And I kind of like ran into him, and we were talking, and I was like, I said, you didn't say anything about my haircut. It was just the two of us. And he goes to me, you know what? I have nothing good to say about your haircut. He goes, to me, it looks dumb. You look ridiculous. He says, and my father taught me once, if you have nothing good to say, don't say it. And especially on social media, he says, like, why would I go on your page or whatever? It's your page. It's your photo. He says, even if it's like a stupid look or whatever, but it's still yours. So the same thing, like you run your channel. It doesn't matter what you do. It's your channel. People reserve the right whether to subscribe or not to subscribe, whether to watch or not to watch. But nobody, no matter how ridiculous you are, or maybe how you do things that people don't agree with. And I noticed that it's mostly in the United States that where people think like, oh, I'm expressing my opinion. Expressing your opinion is great when somebody's asking for your opinion. When nobody's asking for your opinion, and then you come off as rude, because I do things my way. I dress the way I want. I live the way I want. I talk the way I want. I mean, and unless I ask you, what do you think? Do you like my shirt? Do you like my haircut? Do you like... In that case, feel free to express your opinion, because that's also called manners. That's called being polite. That's called, having a class. So when you're feisty with somebody like that, because he presented, so, you might come off feisty and you might come off rude. But if you really think about it, he's the one who's rude, not you.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I wasn't very appreciative of the way things were dealt with and whatnot, but it's all good. That's fine. So
I like the comments. I like having people, because
I definitely do. Oh no, I want comments. Everybody. That's
no, I mean, like when
everything.
people.
I'm good with everything. Either way, just
when people talk rudely, I prefer they do that, because then what if you get to know them, and then they're nice, and then later down the road, you see something, you're like, oh, he's actually a prick. Really wish I knew this a year ago. So it's kind of nice that you get to see the real them straight away.
Maybe so. There we go.
There are several people like that.
Oh, layers of subtext embedded in this podcast. Brooke, I need you both on Thursday. The stories are exceptional. Yes, and that's contributing to my impending liver damage as well. Sandy's stories. Devin, what's going on, Devin? Haven't heard from you in a while. Time to light the scoop on fire. All right, here we go. How come small supplement containers come with large scoop and large containers come with a short scoop?
This is a pet peeve of mine, where you open up the pre-workout, scoops on top, and then you have to fold the fucking thing to get it back in the tub.
Yeah.
Or it's a long tub and you gotta like put on your scuba gear to get the thing out of the bottom. It's ridiculous. My hands too. It's not the right. They just make the tubs wider, please.
That's what I'm saying. Like the Steel Fit, so like a couple of the Steel Fit products I have, like they have the tall bottles. They're about that big. It's all a little bit smaller than like the bare knuckle size bottle, Robbie. But they've got the short scoopers on those, and like so, if I'm going down to like try to get like the bottom of the pre-workout out of the bottom of the tub of their greens powder when we were doing reviews on it and stuff like that, it's like I've got to bend the container to like shove my hand in and scrape the bottom of it and then scoop it. Like they're not the only company. That's just the first one because I had to do it the other day. Yeah. But there's so many brands. Like you got. This I think skinny with a short scooper.
Unfortunately, I think that comes down to a manufacturer, because if you think about it, the size of the container is obviously discussed. Prior, the color of the container is discussed. But I think it's very, very usually nobody talks about the size of scoop and stuff like that, and sometimes they're shortage, sometimes they're just not available, and sometimes not. So the bad thing about it is you only find out once you open the container, which sucks. So I've seen it with a number of companies, obviously Apollon included, and it's very, very frustrating. And you will tell the manufacturer, please, like, make sure next time don't do it and stuff. But unfortunately, I've seen it like all over the place, and it's obviously it's irritating, but it's just one of those things, unfortunately.
Yeah,
it's
a pain.
To be honest, though, I mean, I'm bitching a little. Like if you gave me a tub of OG dedicated Unstoppable, I wouldn't give a fuck if I had to get naked to get the last scoop out of the bottle. I would still do it. Okay, don't get me wrong. It's just a little bit annoying, that's all.
It is annoying.
Sridhar. I like how Ghost
Touche,
the
man.
scooper in. So easy to take out. Yeah, don't they have it like it clips into the top of the lid or something like that?
Yeah, but the only thing I find I like how it sits at the top, but I never like put it back in that place.
Yeah.
Can I say one thing? Ghost wasn't the first company to do that, by the way.
Oh yeah,
No,
I don't think Sridhar's saying that. Like Allmax used to do that too.
Allmax Nutrition was the first one. Yeah, that did.
Yeah.
Was it Allmax or was it EAS?
I think Allmax.
Because I think Allmax did it just before Ghost, but a year or two prior, EAS did it for a protein powder.
I think Allmax did it with the all-day protein. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look this up.
Yeah. Oh no,
So,
I
yeah,
remember
it was
writing an
came out.
article back at
Look this
for
one up.
Price Plow. They had Allmax came out with a protein powder, and it was like
Yeah, they
we
did.
talked about how it clicked into
Okay.
the lid or something. I remember writing an article about that. Back in 2016.
Okay, so I have
2015,
EAS in
something
March
like
of
that.
2015.
Yes.
EAS. Yeah, see, that's 2016. EAS was 2015.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah,
Oh, my
2016 was Allmax, and they had that
Yes.
scoop thing. Because I remember that coming out, and Ghost was like, "Man, we're gonna do pretty much something similar."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Well, EAS did it last year. They had
Yeah.
it. They repackaged and they put their it was for their because they were mostly a protein brand,
Yeah.
and they had like their weird little rectangular container,
Yep.
and the scoop was stuck in the top."
Yeah.
Um,
I'm
yeah.
curious. Is it more expensive to do such a thing?
I'm sure
it
it
has
is.
to be right.
Yeah. You're getting a customized scooper. It's not just the pulling. Plus, doesn't Ghost put like they emboss there, or like they have a like Ghost on the actual handle of the scooper? Didn't they used to?
No.
But yeah, that's customization. That's definitely gonna be more expensive than a regular scooper too.
It's the details.
Yeah.
The details count.
Yeah, and that definitely attracts certain customers. Alex, what's going on, Alex? How are things at Yummy?
Butterfly man.
Going back to the scoop thing, yeah, I would almost always rather like the long handled scoopers. I don't care if it's a short tub or a long tub. Like, give me a long enough handle to where I'm not like losing half of my hand in the tub when I'm trying to
But then
scoop it out.
the handle thing fucks you up because then if the tub's too full, you have trouble squeezing it back in.
No, then you just turn it
Even
upside down
with-
and you shove the handle back in right there. Then that way.
Yeah, but I mean, and my issue with that is that so long as it hasn't moved, because I've done this many times, is if you slide the handle in first, and any powder has somehow trickled into the scoop, when you pull it out, because you have to pull it out quite far,
Yeah.
I
You're losing.
always get shit on the bench,
Yeah.
and my wife kills me because I'm a messy piece of shit.
And you're losing the grams.
I mean, you're
For our
losing the
American
grams too.
listeners, the bench is the countertop.
Oh, my bad. My bad. The table. Whatever you want to say.
Table. You almost got like a southern drawl when you said table there, Shane.
Table.
There you go. That's better. I didn't know if you were trying to make like a smart ass American accent or something.
So I have to say counter instead of bench?
No, you can say bench. I was being a smart ass for our.
Is that common? That people say counter?
Yeah, we don't really say bench. A bench is something you sit on. At least here. I don't
Doing
know.
chest press.
Weird.
Yeah.
Well, we have like this thing called bench top. It's like it's on top of the bench.
Yeah, countertop.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah,
To be fair though, a lot of the things Americans do is exclusively in America.
agreed. Yeah, I would absolutely agree with that. Simon says, right off the bat, none of my comments last week popped out on the stream. Sorry about that, Simon. That's why we always say if it's not popping out or coming up on there, keep entering it and keep the comments between or less than 200 characters, because then it doesn't go through that way. YouTube gets stupid. If it doesn't work on YouTube, jump on over to Twitch and look up Supplement Engineer on Twitch, and usually just about all the comments get through on that. And they're also less restrictive about what words you can put in there and whatnot, because YouTube likes to suppress free speech in certain areas. So
Or just get Robert's number and text it to him.
you could do that too. Or shoot me an email to supplementengineer@gmail.com. But anyway, here's his question. Thoughts on Bottle Rocket Nootropic Pre? Now, I pulled this up.
Never heard of this.
I haven't either, but there's probably a reason. Because it's not really
Bottle
the
Rocket?
most compliant thing on the face of the planet.
Oh my word! Look at that. I love me some amp citrate.
Amp citrate,
I haven't-
thioneptine, sodium,
Oh,
nephroacetam, suniferam.
I
None of
haven't seen it for 5 years, but
Yeah. Meanwhile, none of this is a dietary. None of the ingredients
Bring
are
me to good old days,
dietary
man.
supplements. So you're going to feel amazing on this. I will say that you're going to have great focus and mental energy. The pumps aren't going to be bad either. You got citrulline and agmatine combo.
be moxie.
But the fact that it's all prop blended, I mean, this is going to feel really good and have a lot of energy. I don't know if I trust it though, considering you can't find amp citrate on the market anymore.
Yes.
This is always a good qualifier though.
This doesn't taste good.
This
This
does
does
work
work.
awesome. We formulated
I
the
like it.
strongest pre-workout in the world, not the best tasting one. If you want a product solely for taste, this isn't for you. If you want to run through brick walls, see sounds, and taste colors, this is for you. No returns
wanna
based on
run through
taste will
brick
be
walls.
permitted.
I do want to run through brick walls. That would be a cool technique to gain.
So clearly this thing tastes like ass.
What's the actual flavor? Is it ass?
Concord grape ass,
Oh.
or blue raz, or fruit punch.
They
So the
should've
most
put,
generic
like-
flavors in the world.
Like a cartoon ass cheeks on the flavor call out.
That's what I would do.
But I mean, not gonna lie, if someone actually made a supplement where I could run through a wall, like legitimately, I'd drink some liquid ass. I wouldn't mind. There's no way how if someone said that, hey, I know you bench like what 315 or whatever. If you drink this, it's gonna make you bench like 405. You'd be like, I'll down that ass. I would. It would sound like crazy. If you're gonna tell me, Robert, that you wouldn't do that, you're fucking lunatic.
I love the things that you like. Lose your balls, you lick that ass, all this stuff.
That's it. No, I'm just saying if it did actually taste like ass, but I could run through a brick wall on it, I wouldn't
I
be
love
drinking.
the examples you come up with, Shane, and your turns of phrase. It
I
tickles
would
my
even
soul.
dry scoop that shit. No lies. Lukasz is the same. I know he would.
Oh goodness. Yeah, I don't know if I would trust any of this. I mean, it's tioneptine was used in was it MA Lab supplements, MA Sups or something like that a couple of years ago in their nootropic anti-anxiety formula. There's just you start to get into some dangerous territory with some of these things if you're not careful with them.
I mean,
I like
it's-
these ingredients on their own, but not knowing their dosages, I'm less
not knowing
than
the dosages. Amp, like, you might be 1 or 2, like, pre-workouts.
How did we lose you, Lukasz? Did you bail?
Something
lost
kicked me
Lukasz.
off.
Okay. There you
Lukasz,
go.
if something tasted like asshole and piss, but you were gonna be able to bench press like 90 more pounds or rep out 20 more reps or gain a pound of muscle, you drink it.
No question, of course.
So there we go. See?
I would even double scoop that shit.
Yeah, 2 servings of ass. See, see, I'm not the only one.
As I said, in my flavor is the last thing that I look for,
I have probably had some supplements that taste better than ass, to be honest.
bro.
No, but this is what I find
I
interesting.
drank liquid ass, so I can tell you something about that.
Okay, so the listeners might not know this, but when you have a supplement panel, you can look at all of the actives here, and then you get all the bottom stuff down here, like all the flavorings, colorings, and all of that. Usually, that's only 2 to 3 grams worth of stuff. If you look in this product here,
Oh, wow.
there's a little over 7.5 grams of actives. So that means and it's a 14-gram scoop. So you're looking at 6+ grams of fillers and bullshit in here. And they're saying it still tastes like ass with 6 grams of added stuff, which is
Just
2 to
put
3
some
times
sugar
higher than
in
what it
there.
normally is.
But what are the chances that what they say is in this container. I mean,
M's-
they're slim to none.
And
Yeah.
citrates on the label.
Yeah,
I've never 300
heard of this
milligrams
brand.
of caffeine, I trust.
Yeah.
You see, things like that, like I used to say, I wouldn't try this product. Number one, I don't trust what's in it. I don't know. I mean, that's for sure. It hasn't been, manufactured in the right place.
It's probably GMP certified, right?
it's garbage. I mean, it's just pure garbage. And even based on the serving size and everything else, I mean, you clearly see that it's bullshit. They probably spiked it with God knows what, and it's not a supplement. It's just pure crap. That's all it is.
Yeah. So just buyers beware. All right, Fernando. Any thoughts of Leica Pro Cerebral formula?
Let's go. Another
Let's
one.
do it. This is gonna be a nootropics intensive episode. I can already feel it. All right, here we go.
I got a one formula for today that we could revise.
Oh yeah, we can go over a bunch. I have a feeling I think I know what you're talking about, Lukasz.
I know. You know what? You know which one, right?
Oh, yeah, I do. Well, that's why I said that subtle comment at the beginning.
I'm waiting for that one.
There we go. All right, so here is courtesy Stack 3D.
I was going to say, I was like, is this out yet? I don't think it is.
All right. Breaking news from Stack 3D.
From
Leica
September
Pro
23rd.
Cerebral. Yeah, September 23rd, 2021. All right, one scoop, 9.6 grams. We have 2 grams of L-tyrosine. Solid dose there. 1.6 grams of new level. That's the solid clinical dose on that. I like that. 1 gram of Alcar. Anything in the 1 to 2 gram range I'm good with. 1 gram of lion's mane.
You will be shooting ropes like crazy.
Another good dose of that. 400 milligrams Bacopa. So anywhere, I mean, it's higher. The studies on Bacignize, which is 45 or 55% standard bacicides, has been studied as low as 250 milligrams per day, but most studies use 300 milligrams per day. If you're looking at the synapsiform, it's between 320 and 640 milligrams per day. This one, we don't know which form it is, but it's at least a generic Bacopa standardized to 50%. I don't think it's Bacopicides. I think it's just bacicides. It might be a typo. I'd have to check.
Bacopicides. That's a good one.
Either way, Bacopa can go a couple of different ways depending on the form. So the synapsiform tends to be a little bit more mentally stimulating based on anecdote. The Bacignize form is a little bit more sedating, especially if you take a bigger dose of it all at once. I like 300 milligrams. I don't see the need to go up to 400 milligrams. You can. But this is an ingredient Robbie and I were just talking about the other day. And I said, look, we don't... most of the studies are around 300 milligrams a day. I would stick at 300. I don't see the need to go up to 400. Is it doing anything wrong? No. It might have a little bit more sedentary stuff since it stimulates serotonin and GABA in the brain. But not necessarily. But it's a solid dose all around. I would... Just me personally, I'd probably lower it to 300. But either way, anywhere between 300 and 600 is fine. 300 milligrams of an extra. Very good COMT inhibitor that's going to pair well with caffeine. 150 caffeine. I like that. Especially at that dose for a nootropic. Anything in the 150 to 200 milligram range is kind of ideal for me personally. Even as low as 100, I think, for a pure nootropic formula. Cognizin, solid dose at 250. Estrogen. Yeah, that's good. Is it necessary here? Maybe, maybe not, just because none of the ingredients really suffer from poor bioavailability. And then huperzine at 200 micrograms, solid dose of huperzine there. But since it's that high of a dose of huperzine, I would recommend cycling, as with any nootropic that's got huperzine in it. Cycle it a couple of days off a week, since the half-life of huperzine is between 16 to 20 hours, so it can accumulate in your system. But I mean, I love Cognizin. That's my preferred source of choline. Everything else in here is really, really solid. So no real complaints on my end.
Or as we recently said, instead of huperzine, they could use Go-To Cola, right?
Yeah, you can use Go-To Cola has some acetylcholinesterase inhibition properties. Rhodiola has some mild acetylcholinesterase inhibition properties. Even Bacopa does too. If you drill down into certain bacicides, do it.
Yeah, I'm starting to love the Go-To Cola to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, all in all, I like this. There's also no theanine in it, and I mean, you got bacopa in there, so that's going to have a little bit of a calming effect. But I really like this formula.
Yeah.
I think this, I actually talked to Jeff Long recently, not about specifically about this formula, where we talked about, products, ingredients, and whatnot. And the thing is like this formula, we all could tweak it slightly, to our liking, but at the end of the day, he clearly dosed it right. He did a good job. Nobody can say anything. I mean, like for me personally, I like an extra with a little bit more caffeine, not specifically in this formula. I'm not talking about nootropic, just as a combination of two. I feel like it enhances the caffeine when caffeine is slightly higher, because I mean 150 milligram of caffeine, there is nothing really to enhance. On its own, an extra was not impressive for me personally, but when used with about say 250, 300 milligram of caffeine, a little bit of a more like average sort of on a higher spectrum dose, I did notice that there is a difference. It almost like prolongs the activity of caffeine and you feel a little bit better. But nevertheless, I mean, you can't really say anything about this formula. And this formula is stacked. I mean, and that's how Jeff does like most of these things. I know he's not a big fan, not just here, but in general of stimulants and stuff like that, which I respect too, because, there is a Apollon site and there is this site. And we actually, when we talked, because we had a bit of a differences and we had to talk about this, and and I'm glad that we resolved our differences, but at the same time we said we're not really competitors because we do things slightly different. But this, I'm really impressed with this formula because it's a solid formula and it's something that I would expect from Jeff. I mean, it's something that you can't really criticize. The reason why I'm saying it's stacked because recently there was a lot of and I'm glad somebody brought this formula up, specifically because we're talking about stacked. Lukasz said something recently which I really, really liked, that sometimes you see these long lists of stacked supplement facts, but they shit. They literally 75% of the formula or the supplement facts are shit and they underdose and all that. So you look at it, and if you look just at the list of the ingredients and you go like, holy shit, this is impressive. This formula is stacked. But when you look closer, it's actually garbage because it's so underdosed. This one, you can't really say it because, yes, this is a long formula. It has a lot of ingredients, but this formula actually does justice to what I call a stacked formula. Because this definitely, like, you can't really fault it. Like I said, one of the four of us can say like, well, I would prefer maybe alpha GPC instead of cognizine because it's personal preference. We could go back and forth. I think Lukasz is more of a fan of alpha GPC, if I'm not mistaken, and you are more fan of cognizine. Neither one of you is wrong. It's just a personal preference, so there is nothing wrong with it. But nevertheless, even Lukasz, I also prefer alpha GPC slightly more, but at the same time, I can't really say anything negative about this stacked formula because it's a good, solid formula that delivers. And clearly, Jeff wasn't a cheap shit where he tried to cut corners. He actually put a lot into this. There is clearly research behind this. There is clearly, efficacious dosages. And this is what supplements should be all about. And I'm sorry to bring this up, but, recently there was the X and Sledge product, the nootropic that came out. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's crap. I mean, that's just the way I see it. And pretty much anyone within the industry will see it, but probably will not say it for whatever reasons. And even Justin said that it's a good product. It doesn't have to be stacked. But what Justin said that it doesn't have to be stacked, and what Lukasz says it doesn't have to be stacked, it's completely different. It's a different perspective. And in this case, I think Lukasz is right. No, it doesn't have to be stacked. And sometimes you can have 2 or 3 ingredients of a product that's going to be amazing. And sometimes you're going to have a long list of garbage. Well, this is a perfect indication of the opposite. This is stacked, but this is not garbage. This is actually a well-put formula together. And, congratulations to Jeff. Looks great.
Yeah, I would agree with all of that. And the reason I pulled up that other study real quick was I wasn't familiar with the standardization of bacopicides for bacopa extracts. Usually you see bacicides, so I wanted to do some digging into that. But Yeah, so it's just, I guess it's another family member in there. So the bacosides are what I'm usually familiar with, the bacopa side. So that's interesting. I wonder how this feels, how that bacopa extract particularly
So do you think it's
feels,
different?
since it's standardized for the bacopa sides instead of the bacosides.
So do you think it's the same thing, just a misprint, or or
No,
do
it's
you
a different
think
molecule.
different?
Like
Oh,
it's a different. Yeah, it's different. So like,
so you
like,
want to check which one is better, I guess,
or just see how they different feel. Like, so Synapsa is a little bit different standardization than Baccognized does, and Baccognized is for the bacosides A and B. That's where it's primarily standardized for. Jeff's using bacopa sides, which are slightly different little fun bioactives that are in bacopa. So I'm curious just to see how it feels after you take it for a month. Is it, because what I noticed is, like, if I take Baccognized 300 milligrams by itself, and I've talked with Aaron about this too. It's like I take that by itself. It actually kind of makes me feel almost like lion's mane or neurofactor does, where it switches your brain on. You feel like kind of that mental stimulus. But if I take it with caffeine, it's almost like it calms the caffeine down to where it's kind of playing like that adaptogen neuromodulator kind of role. Like if it's on its own, it's going to amp you up. If you take it with a stimulant, it kind of brings you down a little bit. Not like a theanine, but pulls it off just a little bit. So I'm curious to see how this one would feel with the standardization.
Yeah, you know what? And that's the beauty of the formulations, You don't do it like a kitchen sink, That's why you can see when someone is knowledgeable and, knows their shit, instead of like putting like, okay, let's do this ingredient, let's do that ingredient because they are, famous, or they are like trendy, or those kind of things. And Jeff did a really good job by stacking, these particular ingredients, and he did like a, what can I say, like a watermark on this formula, and say, this is my shit because I like these ingredients, and that's what I personally appreciate, because each one of us has its own preferences as far as the ingredients. As I said, I love more alpha GPC instead of sleepycholine and so on. So, and Jeff has also his own preferences. So when I see something like this, I say, oh, that is a beauty. So yeah. Shout out to his brand, and good job.
Yeah.
What's
going on, Sean? How are you?
I guess it's a lunchtime at the nursing home.
Or he just woke up from his afternoon nap. One of the two.
Top 5, Mr. Olympian.
Shane, show us your fingernails. Real men wear nail polish. Is this something I missed?
Oh, look, he's on fire. He got his memory
Shane,
back. He remembers Shane's name.
Shane, you're muted.
No, I had my daughter painted my fingernails yesterday.
Oh, okay. It's very manly.
She was all right. I mean, I wish she'd go a little more accurate. But it was mostly finger.
This is the excuse I'm going to use next time people see me at the gay bar.
I mean, if you're at a gay bar, I mean.
Robert, let's see what Action Sledge brought to the table.
While we're on there, that's what we're coming to. All right. For those of you looking to actually boost your intelligence.
Yeah.
Actual intelligence.
Not only that.
All right, Action Sledge, actual intelligence.
So this was made by a super famous formulator, right?
Just shut the fuck up.
On the products. I know Pat and Heather work on the formulations for it. They might have some other input. I don't know about that.
God, I love this game.
I've had Mike and Pat on the Supplement Engineer podcast before. Both were nice enough to come on there. I had fun talking to them. Their worst talks for them trying to get back, or like get the whole Axe and Sledge gang on a podcast together with Heather, Seth, and whoever else they were able to get on that. So I don't know if that's still in the works or not. We hadn't touched base on a while. But so that's neither here nor there or anything. Anything wherever we say, I feel like we need to caveat this or whatever. Anytime we're talking about a formula, this isn't a personal attack on the individuals that run that company. This is just saying we're trying to get the best information out there to the people that are spending their hard-earned money, because we're fortunate enough to get supplements for free. We buy our shit every now and then. We buy certain things. we don't always get all of our stuff free, but there's a lot of people that don't get any free supplements. So when we dissect a formula and say, I don't know if this would be the first one I'd spend my money on, it's not a personal affront or an insult to your brand. It's just saying this isn't what we like. So with all that said, does anybody want to take the lead in for this?
I love your disclaimer.
Yeah, well, the disclaimer is basically you make shit products, we shit on you.
Oh, we shit on the formula, yeah. Not you as a human being, but we don't like the formula. Yeah,
we give you, what is it, chocolate-covered shit or shit-covered chocolate?
Yeah. Or is it chocolate-flavored shit or shit-flavored chocolate? Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, man, are we going to discuss this again? I thought it was pretty...
Aaron avoided the bullet, so someone else needs to respond.
Yeah, but then he went and fucking messaged me afterwards, and we have a discussion. I'm like, why the fuck didn't you say this on the podcast? Because he was arguing that, like, oh, well, if you eat shit, you could end up getting sick. And I'm like, but that's
what I said.
That's not yeah, but then we discussed it. Well, there was no point in counting that, because then we're all going to obviously not want to die. So I was like, yeah, so we decided to go and taste, and he's like, nah. And I was like, why didn't you bring this up?
That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
You loser. Anyway.
Lukasz, you want to be the first one to take a swing at this?
Yeah, I mean, let's go down through it line by line and see. So we got a 2-capsule formula. Lukasz, you want to go off?
Oh, go. I'm just gonna.
Okay.
I'm just gonna listen.
Yeah, let's propose this. All right, Shane, what was the sale price on Leica Pro?
I don't think it's out yet. Yeah.
I don't think it's out yet.
No.
Okay. Just for the sake of it, let's assume it's in the $40 to $50. Let's assume it's $40. What is this?
I would think.
How much is this?
Yeah, I would think.
$50.
$50.
It's $50 for. Oh, no, so they probably got a 10 or 20% athlete code or something like that. So not $5 to $10 off the price. So let's assume it's $40. Okay. This is also probably going to be in that $40 to $45 range for 30 servings. This is 30 servings. I mean, it's night and day. You're getting a lot more for your money here than you are with the Axe and Sledge product. I'm not sure why they called it actual intelligence. With this, I mean, you're getting 100 milligrams of alpha GPC here. So it's alpha GPC 50%. So 200 milligrams, you're getting 100 milligrams of that. Do you really need 100 milligrams of theanine with only 100 milligrams of caffeine? I know I don't. Does the average person? Maybe. 3 milligrams of Advantra Z is going to do fuck all of nothing. Especially cognitively, it's not going to do anything. It's not a nootropic ingredient anyway. It's more of an energy fat loss ingredient. 50 micrograms of huperzine. Okay, that's barely mediocre to me. I'd like to see 100 or 200 micrograms, or just don't do it at all. Now, yes, you could double all of this, and then you'd only end up with 15 servings. Lion's mane is something you want to take every day if possible. Usually, at least 500 milligrams is the lowest amount I would want to see, preferably at a gram if possible. 750 to a gram. 600 milligrams is fine. I'm not a fan of dynamine. The only time I've actually really liked it in a supplement was Cognisurge by Jacked Factory. 100. I like teacrine. That is one of my actual favorite energy enhancing ingredients, but I like it in the 100 milligram range. So I mean, all in all, I mean, this is $50 for $30. Yeah, go ahead and start ramping, Lukasz, because I'm gonna pull up some other good stuff.
Like this actual intelligence is like 2 capsules is like a serving, right?
Yeah.
So 30 servings per container. So it would be, if I would use it, I would use at least like 6 capsules per day. So it would last me like only 10 days?
Yeah.
And yeah.
I mean, even look at this. All right, Orange Brainwash by Controlled Labs.
That's no comparison even. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's $30 for 20 servings. So multiplied by 1.5, it'll be what, $45 for 30 servings. You're getting.
Bro, this is one of my favorite formulas.
I love this formula. I mean, it's fantastic. I always have a bottle of it here. This is a fantastic formula. And there's some semblances between this and like a Pro's thing. And we've got Alcar, we've got tyrosine, we've got the choline.
Can you also bring the brain bridge from Man Sports?
Yeah, that is just, man. This is Access Sledge, like their pre-workouts, the stem and the non-stem pre-workouts are solid. This is a big disappointment in my opinion. I think the brand could do a better nootropic job. I mean, I know Pat is a smart formulator, and he's been around the industry a very long time. They got smart people on staff there, so I'm just wondering, like, what's going on?
Come on, man.
Yeah, but don't you think, I mean, I don't know the person, so I can't say anything, but don't you think when you have somebody smart in charge and somebody who knows these supplements and these ingredients and in dosages and stuff like that, but he's behind a product like that, don't you think it's embarrassing and even insulting? Because this is one of two possibilities. Possibility number one, they made a shit product with all their knowledge. Possibility number two, whoever is in charge of finances or budget told them, you know what, make a $3 product because that's the budget, and then they were forced to formulate something like that. But the truth is like, I know we're trying to compare right now to other products, but it's not even fair. It's not fair to other products that are properly dosed or anything like that to compare to this, because if intelligence is used in this, that the only intelligence that comes to mind is this insults my intelligence. That's what it does. I mean, it's just not a good formula. And right now there is no rant. I'm not cursing, I'm not attacking, I'm not raising my voice, nothing. But this is very disappointing, and this is one of those things where the list of ingredients is more than 2 or 3 ingredients. This is like what, 7 or 8 ingredients. So right now you have exactly what Lukasz was talking about. You have a formula that is like, you look, forget about the dosages. You look at alpha GPC, great ingredient. You look at dynamine. Yeah, I mean, some people like it, some people don't. I personally don't. Took it many times, didn't feel nothing from it. But okay, I mean, it's a pretty known trademark, and it's on here as well. So you have a couple of ingredients that are pretty well-known ingredients or well-respected ingredients, good ingredients, in fact, but they're so severely underdosed that there is absolutely no excuse for this. I'm sorry, and I think the price is literally insulting. If this was something like, I remember Shane caged that product that we were laughing at, the Game Changer or whatever, and I remember when you made a very good point that it was, I believe, like $20 or something like that. It was pretty cheap.
Glutamine, you mean?
No, not glutamine. It was some kind of a pre-workout or whatever it was, but it was very, very cheap. I mean, the formula was garbage, but it was cheap. So Shane made a valid point where he said, like, okay, this cost only $20. If this cost only $20, I would say, like, yeah, fuck it, just a cheap product. It is what it is. Not everything has to be, a Ferrari or something like that. You can get something cheap as well, and if somebody wants to buy it, so be it. But the truth is, the value of it, we're talking codes and no codes. Codes don't matter. What does matter is the fact that this is priced as a premium product. $50 is a lot of money for this. It's a lot of money. It's way overpriced. Forget about the formula, whether it's good or not. It's severely underdosed, and this is insulting, because this is a pure case of ripping people off. Those that don't know, if somebody's going to say that this is a great product or whatnot, and people are going to spend $50 on it, this is, I would say, $30 is overpriced for this. It's just very, very, very expensive. The formula is severe. I mean, the formula itself is good, but the dosing is horrible.
Yeah, this is what I find. I also wonder if they just kind of ripped some of the copy from one of their pre-workout pages or something, because choline bitartrate is nowhere in this formula, and this is a nootropic. It's not used in a workout.
Or maybe it's just like a fun fact or something.
Yeah,
just to sprinkle everything on top. But what pisses me off the most is when brands are like using a fancy dancy descriptions to their products, while they are using like underdosed ingredients, and they're like trying to say, oh, this ingredient is perfect for, let's say fighting anxiety, depression, or something else, while they're using like, let's say 200 milligrams, 300 milligrams, 400 milligrams. In this case, we have like 400 milligrams of like lion's mane, which is, guys, let's just be honest. We got 2020, 21, right? Going to 2022, we all know that this kind of like dosages are just like stupid damn low. So
alpha GPC at 100 milligram, that's an insult. I mean, this is the type of formula that if I saw it in a prop blend, I would not say anything. I would be totally okay with it. Put this in a prop blend and, slash the price by, I don't know, by half. And I'm cool with it because there is a lot. But this is Accent Sledge. And, as I was saying, behind the scenes, it's actually one of my favorite companies of 2020. I really, really like some of the things that they've done. And to see this, it's just disappointing. That's all it is. It's very.
I don't want to bash them or anything like that, but
they bash themselves by releasing.
Honestly, man, I love Seth. I love what he's. He's a great family guy. He's hardworking motherfucker, as he's saying, and his brand is, he's great, he's crazy. But as far as this formula and the next formula that we are about to, we also gonna discuss, it's just sorry, but it should go straight to the garbage, and they should say, yeah, we messed up, and let's reformulate it.
Wait. Does it say Ticrene on it? I don't see Ticrene. Is there Ticrene?
Yeah, there's Ticrene right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's the 3 milligrams. So bitter orange might help suppress appetite. The studies on bitter orange are between 50 and 100 milligrams. 3 milligrams isn't going to do anything.
Why this ingredient is in this formula?
I don't know.
Can you explain to me?
I can't. I mean, maybe added energy, but you need 10 times the amount they're putting in there.
Yeah.
This is just, I would love to understand the philosophy behind this, because I just don't. There's some good ingredients, but the dosages are just all over the place. And for the money that they're charging, Orange Brainwash, Cognisurge by Jack Factory, SNS Focus XT, Morphogen's nootropics, those are solid. There's so many great powdered nootropics on the market. Iron Brothers capsule-based one, Prodigy, is phenomenal. What's the one from Apollo to Gemini, Lukasz?
A Mastermind.
Mastermind, that's phenomenal. There are so many great ones on the market that you can get for this cost or less that are much better dosed.
Shane approves.
Yeah, I'm just. This is thoroughly disappointing.
You know what? Not without naming, there is at least 3 or 4 companies that I believe at least started as some of my favorite companies because they were doing a phenomenal job, and I was very, very impressed with them. And I see this as a pattern where they release good products, they stick around for a year or two, and then for all of a sudden it's kind of watered down. And this is the one of those cases because it's pretty obvious.
Yeah. I mean, also another Ghost Gamer. That's another great nootropic supplement. That's really well dosed and it's got a bunch of other good stuff in it. I mean, there are so many great powdered things that are fully dosed. I expected better from the guys at Accent Sledge with this. But then again, they're own a multi-million-dollar company. I'm just some schmuck talking about supplements. So
same.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. But for a company that's doing that much business, I would like a better formula.
Try to use a discount code. Maybe you will get a flat 50% or something.
There you go. Brooke, we're going to need a bigger spoon for all this shit stirring. Oh, Brooke, $5 donation. Thank you, Brooke. Donation towards manicure for Shane, liver repair for Robert.
Another $5 for our Rose? Fuck, you're spoiling us.
Anger therapy for Robbie, and some repair for Polish roads for Lukasz.
Hey, Brooke, when you will come to Poland, brick by brick, we're gonna make it happen.
There you go. Simon says, secret behind the name of this formula, real intelligence test. Will you pay for it? No, I would not pay for actual intelligence. I'm not going to recommend it either. If people are asking me for a nootropic, I just rattled off 5 or 8 different ones that you can try. Just to show you that I'm not a homer, none of which were Apollon products. Okay? Or the Unbound pre-workout stimulant complex. I'm not being a homer for stuff that I've had a hand in. Okay? You can go check out any of the other ones I just named. I don't deal with any of those brands or anything. So, yeah, I've bought more than my fair share of.
You can just buy one single nootropic, and it will be better than this entire formula.
Yeah.
I'm being serious.
Yeah. Back to our scooper conversation. Brooke, my scooper has one job. I weigh it out anyway. There you go. Wonder how Ghost managed to still have their customized scoopers with everyone having supply shortages last year. Pretty sure it's customized scoop as it has engraving. Yeah. Maybe they just bought like a shit ton when they first put in the order, a couple of years ago, and they just had millions of them just lying around.
Yeah.
Which that would be the smart thing to do. I do like the long scoop handles of Hooligan. That is a good one. Everything's going well, Superstar. Thanks for asking. Shane has operator error when he spills powder on the bench. Not the countertop, the bench.
Sorry, counter. I'll start using that word now.
Where are we at? Sean, we love you. No hate on Shane for his nail polish wearing days.
Hey man, whatever makes my daughter happy.
There you go. Robbie, can't wait for you to dish the insults in person at the seminar.
If you show up there, I'm going to have a fucking field day with that.
Walk it off, Buttercup. Pete, stop hogging the comments. Oh my God, we're getting rough. It's getting rough. Isn't it time for the early bird special? I'm older than all of you. They call you old. I heard Overtime V3 lets you escape the Matrix. It does.
You know what the thing is that for the past year or two, I thought about Overtime as obviously not the typical nootropic, because it's kind of a different feel. It's a different. So Robert and I actually discussed nootropic this week. That's going to be an actual nootropic, and we're definitely going to probably do something before the end of the year, maybe, but most likely beginning of 2022. But Overtime is just, I call it more like a fun ride, because you do get the nootropics, but I think that this is like, I was talking to somebody today.
Special.
Yeah, Lukasz special, because I was talking to somebody today, and I was basically comparing it to sex. So you can, you can have sex and it's nice. Obviously everybody likes to have sex, even Shane. But there is a difference between having sex. I mean, Robert didn't get any because he didn't have fucking sheets for a long time. But if you combine sex with a little bit of adrenaline, it's so much better. I mean, that's a whole other level. Then you start running to a sex shop just like Lukasz does all the time, because you have that drive. So I think that Overtime should be like, I mean, it can be called adrenaline rush or whatever. But yeah, you can escape the Matrix more than likely, especially if you double dose like Lukasz does.
There you go.
Yeah. 6 cups.
I care about Poland.
Yes. We all care about Poland, the motherland.
And we care about you as well.
Mind Lab Pro is expensive and nothing special. Yeah, it is. It is very expensive, and it's kind of. I've heard some really good ringing endorsements on it, but I think some of those people are also like affiliated sponsors or influencers.
Oh yeah, they pay more for fucking advertising than the fucking formula.
Yeah, let me pull up the formula just so everybody can see what in the hell we're talking about. It is super expensive, and I'm not I mean, the profile's all right. I'm not overwhelmed by it.
No, it's definitely not bad, but I mean, it's not what they're claiming it to be, and obviously not worth the price.
All right, let's see. Here's one other issue I have. When I have to scroll 18,000 fucking times to try and find the ingredient panel all the way at the bottom. I mean, okay, we got 250 of Cognizant or citicoline. Good dose on that. It's half the dosage of Bacopa. Okay, half the dose. So we need 300 milligrams of that. The ingredient profile is also out of order too, which is
that's strange.
Lion's Mane 500. That's serviceable. Sharp TS is decent. I'm not a big fan of N-acetyl L-tyrosine. I like regular L-tyrosine more personally. Theanine, rhodiola, way too low for that. Rhodiola, most of the studies on that are 3 milligrams per kilogram, so you're looking at somewhere between like 280 and 600 milligrams of rhodiola. And then pine bark extract is more often than not in the 100 to 200 milligram range, where it's been shown effective. So yeah.
The funny thing about this formula is remove absolutely everything and just leave citicoline and lion's mane and you're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, even the phosphatidylserine's got some good stuff, because I was looking through some information today about pairing phosphatidylserine with ginkgo biloba, and it decreased reaction time, lowered stress, increased some memory and recall, stuff like that. So there's some good stuff with phosphatidylserine, but I mean, the rest of it is just kind of I don't know. Yeah. And see, look, there we go. Full spectrum, 24% bacoside standardization. So you need even more, a higher dose of Bacopa to really get anything meaningful out of it. Yeah. Nah, yeah, it's not. How much are they charging for this shit?
$25%. Fuck me.
So it's almost $70.
Four
Yeah.
boxes.
All right, so four boxes. So $50 for a bottle of this. No, not worth it in my
Maybe
opinion.
get a fast free shipping.
Have you
Yeah.
seen what's his name? Is it Brain Gains? I think is the one.
From UK. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Check
Yeah,
it
man.
out.
Yeah, they load it up.
Just load it. Go check out the. No. Go back. This is the
No, the newest one. The newest.
Go back to the website.
Go back to Stacked.
What if I just go right there?
I don't know if I've got the facts panel up.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, there it is.
bro.
And see, there's the phosphatidylserine that we were just talking about.
This one
Serenade,
is,
quality dose.
Yeah, man.
Quality.
And then they got the caffeinated version. I think. I don't know if I put the facts panel up for that below.
this one is
Yeah, man. These guys.
crazy.
Alcar, super solid dose. You're getting 400 milligrams of alpha GPC here. So alpha size is 50% yield. So 400 milligrams there. 600 of KSM. That's a potent dose. How many? Are there any other calming ingredients in here? You got Bacopa. You got. That's where I would be curious to see how this feels, because you've got a lot of anti-stress ingredients in here. So you got the KSM, you've got Bacopa, you've got phosphatidylserine, you've got theanine, and you've got Zembrin. So a lot of anti-cortisol, anti-anxiety ingredients. I wonder, does this
I can tell you how it
still
feels.
feel the energy
It's
rush
fucking
on that?
badass. There's no caffeine in this one.
I know, that's what I'm wondering. It's like, how is it going to feel? Because you've got the N-Extra, and you've got teacrine and Zynamite. So there's some really good stuff that can work with caffeine.
And some ginseng as well. So
They
it
just
will-
added the extra and Dynamite.
You know what? I like the ingredients, but at the same time, I don't know why, but I'm not crazy about this.
Oh,
Because
it's a beast.
I
I had the
try.
version. I had the version before this without Dynamite and extra. It was my best focus.
Me too, man.
but
ridiculous.
I mean, I would prefer this probably with caffeine, just because, like Robert.
Go down. They
Yeah,
have there's
because-
switch on and then there's switch on black, and switch on black has scroll down. I'm pretty sure I have the second facts panel underneath.
There's a version with caffeine.
Yeah, there it is there.
175.
with-
Yeah,
with-
that's solid. Oh, and you get another 150 of Infinergy.
And
Yeah.
they used
Yeah,
to have
they're
Dynamine, but I
50.
think they removed it.
Yeah.
It's
I like this a lot. And is there any Hooperzine in this? No.
Yeah, this
Nope.
one. This one I like.
Yeah.
The previous
with
one,
this
not
one.
so much.
Yeah, this would be a fun
it's,
one to try.
it's pretty much this. It's exact same thing minus
The previous
caffeine.
one you can even take before bed.
Yeah, but this with yeah, this one with caffeine definitely. I mean, some of
I'm
the
not joking. What?
No, because they have their switch on and switch off. Their switch off is for bed, and it's pretty much
Yeah.
the same concept for brain function ingredients. And then they added, but they like took away the focus enhancing things. Yeah.
Yeah, and
they
you look at this. You
reformulated
get this whole thing for 40 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, And then we're going back to
that's
compare
30.
the Sledge one.
Yeah, I was going to
So-
say it's 35 for the 35 pounds for the non-cap, the regular version.
Yeah, I don't know
the
if
black
caffeine costs
version.
that much. But
Yeah.
No, I know that I think there was one other difference. I can't remember what the hell the difference. I think there might be like a slight change in the dosages, but a lot of the core things are the same.
a little bit more tea green in the switch on black versus switch on regular.
It used to be dynamine as well. I'm trying to remember if they took that out for this or something.
I mean, an extra is
it's-
not cheap. Serenade is not cheap. Dynamite, I know, is not cheap. Neither is Zembrin. So
They're all
Shouldn't
they're in both
No,
versions.
this is good. This is much better than the first one. This one I really, really like. The only thing is NaCetylL carn. Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah, it's
it was-
alcohol.
I thought
They just have
this
it
is
down.
Yeah,
supremely underrated brand.
Yeah, no, this is good.
Hey, Robbie, and now compare it to Accent's Lodge.
Yeah, see when I see
There's
this,
it's offensive actually to this brand to compare. This is like a whole other level. And again, look at this. I mean, this is a long list. Yeah, some of the ingredients may be an acetyl tyrosine. Also not a huge fan. I would prefer tyrosine, but this is like nitpicking. But at the end of the day, the dosages are really, really solid. The ingredients are really good. I mean, the one ingredient that I'm not impressed with, personally, I've tried it, was dynamite, but Zembrin I really, really like. And I mean, everything put together. The only slight question I have is Bacopa Moninieri doesn't say which one. That's the only thing.
yeah,
That's the only. But this is, like I said, this is nitpicking. But I mean, like I said, comparing this to X and Sledge, I'm not even going to do that. That's insane.
yeah. I mean, it's night and day difference. But yeah, that's super duper solid formula.
Well,
package it is boss too.
The shiny label.
Yeah, man.
yeah.
You see, this is like when like Shane said something that really kind of stuck with me right now. He says underrated. And this is upsetting. This is definitely upsetting because we have brands that don't deserve recognition and don't deserve the attention, and they're getting it just because they have bigger pockets. But these are the brands that should be getting recognition, and these are the ones that should be highlighted because this is good. This is good, and they're spending a lot more money to make a product like that. And this is something that deserves, again, we could right now, like this one, say, for example, has alpha GPC, and like a Pro has cognizine. So this one, the alpha GPC, is something I prefer. But this is like we're going just nitpicking and personal preference, which we all do. Yeah. But at the end of the day, this is a solid product. This deserves respect. And being underrated pisses me off. Because X and Sledge, now everybody, like I'm embarrassed. I didn't know about this brand. And this is embarrassing. Why? Because I should know about this. This deserves that, that people would know about this.
Yeah, but the thing is that, there's so much brands in the industry that you can follow up all,
No, absolutely. And, you're right.
That's why you follow steps.
Yeah, many times I even try, to help out Shane with with brands and so on, but he's always on top of his game.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here, but from time to time, I'm also just like sending him info about something new and something that
Nutrimuscle, that French brand you sent me.
Yeah,
I got it. Honestly, what's their biggest? They sell is it a 50-pound bag of protein powder or some shit?
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Damn,
they sell like
true
1 to
nutrition,
5,
man.
and they do it like that brand, and they. Every time
they got a simple design, but at the same time it works.
They have when they launch new products, they open them up. They give them special edition gold packaging, and they open them up to fans to test. And then based on that, they then launch it on their site.
Yeah.
And they have like 10 different sizes of their protein powder, whole bunch of flavors. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I would have never heard of or even come across that brand. If Lukasz didn't send it to me. It was insane.
Yeah, Lukasz, did you send me a bottle of Brain Gains? I thought you may have sent me the old version of it. It was like a blue ras flavor.
I sent you the first version.
Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to just go try and look for in the pantry back there. I was trying to go look for it, but I couldn't find it quick enough. But we tried the original version. Yeah, Sandy's used that on multiple occasions.
The first version that was released, I sent it to you.
Yeah. The old version had huperzine. The new version doesn't. That's one notable difference between the two of them.
The newest
That's why
version-
we had to be careful with that one, because we took the scooper, and I think the serving size was, I don't know, whatever, like 9 or 10, and we dumped that out and it was 14. So
European scoops, man. You gotta you gotta watch out.
You gotta watch out, yeah.
Yeah. UK brand, but making in the EU. Brain Gains is manufactured in Hungary. Interesting.
First one, that one you're looking at, is the second one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shucks. Yeah, we think you're swell, Brooke. We think you're swell. And thank you for the $5 donation. That does appreciate
Always.
it. The Polish roads need it.
100%.
I could do with it. $5 to buy them at least another 2.
There you go. Lukasz, have you messed around with BPC 157?
Of course I did.
I haven't gone into the peptides yet, so why don't you let the listeners know how your experiences with BPC 157, and were you taking it orally, injection, or go through all of that stuff?
So at first it's not BCP, but it's BPC 157.
Right.
You can take it orally, or you can take it straight up to your veins. But I never used it. I never stabbed myself. So I always preferred the oral version, which is suitable. I'm using this peptide from my friend's brand, which I know it's legit. It's basically the same manufacturer as Apollo's Hegemony. So they also they got the brand. It's called Anabolic. Yeah. So it's a peptide that is used basically for the joint health, for joint recovery, tendons health, but it's also very good for the gut biome and so on. So it's really good as far as like recovalency. If after antibiotics and so on, you can take it with your probiotics to build up the gut microflora and so on. So it's really good in this aspect. You don't have to like use a ton of it. It's expensive. I'm not gonna say it's super cheap, because it's not. But at the same time, it's well worthy. After like a week or so of strict supplementation, you can definitely feel the effects. You will, after meals, you won't feel any bloat at all. You will feel great. You will feel comfortable. Even if you eat a ton of food, you won't have any like distress in your stomach and so on. If you stack it with like good probiotics, or you can eat, or you will eat, let's say, foods that have like higher dosages of good bacteria, you will be shitting good poops, as Shane says. And what else? As far as like tendon health, my friend who is playing tennis, he had like a tennis elbow issues, and I told him about BPC, and he started taking it, and literally I saw him on Friday, and he said, bro, after like a week or so, I'm perfectly fine. For the first time for like 2 years, I don't feel uncomfortable or anything like that. I can play. Of course, sometimes you still have this discomfort, but he definitely saw progress. So he's definitely a believer, and he's using it now. He bought another bottle. And like I said, it's great, but it's expensive, which is a negative thing. But at the same time, if you care about your health and you don't want to go to doctor just to get like prescriptions of like a fucking shit or anything like that, just give it a go. Yeah, that's the one.
BPC 157.
That's the one. Yeah.
Okay. Ben Arden, Revive Brain Plus is probably my go-to for non-stimulant nootropics. We'll pull that up. I got that here. Okay. Oh, we've got each serving contains 100 milligrams of niacin, 20 milligrams of B6. They're using the good form of folate here. The good forms of choline. B12 has methylcobalamin and adenosylcobalamin. 600 milligrams of alpha GPC 50%, so it's 300 milligrams there. Now, this is what's interesting. You're getting 300 milligrams there, and then you're getting another 250 of citicoline down here. I wonder how that feels. I've never taken both of those in combination.
I've done it. It's okay. I mean, it's not like I expected a lot more from it, but I mean, you do feel it. You feel good, but it's not extraordinary.
Okay. 500 of Alcar. Now, this is a 4 capsule serving, so 4 capsules in all of this. 500 of Alcar, 500 of tyrosine. I'd like to see these two a little bit higher in like the 1,000 milligram range at least. 300 milligrams rhodiola has 3% rosamin, 1% psilocybin. It's a good dose there. 250 milligrams of alpha lipoic acid for antioxidant support. 100 milligrams of phosphatidylserine. 30 milligrams of saffron, which is going to provide a calming effect. 10 milligrams of PQQ and 400 micrograms of lithium, which is going to help you as like a mood balancer kind of thing. I mean, Revive makes solid stuff. I don't have much money. I mean, it's little things right here. But I mean, overall, the overall layout of the formula, I like. I'm curious why a lot of these brands aren't using Velvet Bean or L-Dopa in addition to L-tyrosine. Yeah. This is a solid one. This would be good, especially with a cup of coffee or something, or for like an afternoon productivity session. This would be really good.
You see, like for me, it is a nice formula. I mean, you know, especially because we started off the whole nootropic discussion with such underwhelming formula like that intelligence thing from X and Sledge. But the thing is that what I fail to understand. I mean, when you look at alpha GPC, it's not cheap. Citicoline is not cheap, and both of them are actually dosed properly. So now you have L-tyrosine at 500 milligram, which is actually not expensive ingredient. Why would you underdose it? Like, to me, it makes no sense whatsoever, because to me, like, this messes up. I understand that it's still a solid formula, but for me, it's just like it takes away from it. I'm like, oh shit, you're almost perfect. Why did you have to underdose this ingredient that is essentially is kind of cheap? The only explanation that I have is that they were trying to squeeze into 4 capsules.
Yeah.
And, you know, but I mean, rather than that, just fucking remove the L-tyrosine altogether. Because when I see everything is properly dosed and I see this slightly underdosed, just makes no sense to me. The Alcar at 500 milligram is also kind of you know. So that's the only thing. Other than that, it's a good formula.
Yeah, but that's the thing, you know, you still have a good, you know, combination. If you will, for example, stack the L-tyrosine with Alcar, you know, with 500 milligram dosages, you still have this 1 gram of like this synergistically, you know, effective combo. So I think that it can work. It can work.
No, it's definitely going to work. The formula itself, I mean, you have a couple of ingredients here that, I mean, you will definitely feel them. It's a good formula. It's a solid formula. It just, like I said, it still takes away, for me personally, when I see something underdosed, for me, it's kind of, especially from a good brand. And the only explanation I see is they were trying to squeeze into 4 capsules. Yep. So I totally get this. But for me, I just fucking remove both of them altogether than putting him there, because even without them, I mean, you have a solid fucking formula. It's a good product.
Yeah, or just drop one of them and bump the other one up to 1,000.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, I mean, it's still, I would say, better than the actual intelligence.
I like the soft.
This fucking shits on this actually shits on actual intelligence.
So.
Yeah.
Shit! It's $59, man.
Yeah, no,
it's a little expensive.
I would say it's that. I mean, they're only using 1 branded ingredient in the whole damn thing. So,
bro, use the CBUM code. You will get a 10% discount.
Yeah, well, $60.
That's pretty expensive. I mean, I would find that over. I'm going to reiterate it again. There are many better there are better products for cheaper.
Yeah. I mean, but don't forget, Revive in general is not cheap.
Correct.
And I find, I mean, I like the brand a lot, but I do find that some of the products are slightly underdosed. Some of them, not the whole line, is like spectacularly on point and everything is great, but the prices the prices are insane.
Yeah, I mean, $50 for collagen.
Yeah, the prices are insane.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's a bit high.
It's very high.
Yeah.
It's very
It's a
high. I mean,
300
let's go.
gram tub. 360. Shit.
I mean, yeah. Look at Morphogens is $48.
Yeah.
It's a 600 gram tub.
Yeah, you're getting 60 servings in there. This you get 30 servings.
Yeah, no comparison.
11 grams of that, and you're getting 10.5 grams of collagen here. I mean, it's
Yeah,
a
and
night and day difference, man.
That's the beauty. That's the beauty of this podcast. You need to, you can show people that before purchasing anything, you can
I saw on social media somewhere somebody pointed out that Revive is very expensive, overpriced, and somebody made a comment, basically replied to it and said like, "Yeah, bro, but it's Revive." I mean, like, really?
Yeah.
makes no sense to me.
Morphograde. Yeah.
It's tricky though because brands can always come back, or typically come back with that that usual statement, be like, oh, if you want quality, like you got to pay for it. But it's kind of like when people say things like, oh, so people need to make a living. Well, I mean, that can, like when they say, oh, you're biased, you got to make a living. When Vin Diesel steals cars in Fast and the Furious, okay, it's illegal. He's got to make a living there, right?
Sure.
No,
the statements only defend you so far before you're like, I mean, I understand when they say, like, if you want to get premium products, you have to pay for it. But, like, $59 for the Revive Focus, I feel like that's a bit...
Well, yeah, and that's why we're mentioning, like, we mentioned all the other ones about, that we were talking about, all, like, Cognisurge, SNS, Orange Brainwash. I mean, there's a ton of premium quality nootropics that are half the price of that and better dosed.
But here's the thing:
two-thirds the price.
You have an average product, and we're going to go and say assume because you have a very expensive, especially with today's ingredient prices. Mm-hmm. Some prices are like absolutely through the roof. I can tell you, like I'm paying right now for Hooligan, or the current Hooligan. I already mentioned this. I'm paying more, and probably about 15% more than I paid for it last year for exactly the same thing. So the prices have gone up. But if we're taking there are pre-workouts that cost $15, $17 today on the premium side. That's the cost of the pre-workout. I mean, most pre-workouts don't cost that much, but some do, trust me. But there are some pre-workouts that literally cost about $3 to make. There are. So if you take between the higher and the lowest, and say the average is $10, right? So at $10, you have an average pre-workout. That's probably going to be average. That's not going to be great. That's not going to be bad. It's going to be an average, probably daily driver that's going to deliver some punch. So when you're charging, typically those $10, when you sell them retail, wholesale, they charge about $20 or $22. So they're still making 100% profit, which is nice. When they sell direct to the consumer, they're charging on average about $40. So $10 and $40, I mean, depends, of course, on the formula, but I can see some justification just based on the fact that you have, salaries to pay, you have expenses to pay, you have marketing costs to pay, you have employees, you have rent. I mean, there are a lot of things that you have to pay, and, sometimes you're barely breaking even. So I can understand. But some of the formulas, and I'm not going to say which one because we all know which one I'm talking about, is clearly to me, because I do know the prices of those ingredients, and so do you guys, of course. This formula was, I would say at best, $5 to $6. So when you're charging $5, $6, and you're charging $50 on the retail side, I'm sorry, but I mean that's extreme. I don't have a problem when there are pre-workouts that cost $55, $60 because I'm charging that much but those pre-workouts don't cost $5. They cost not even $10. They cost a lot more than that. And Robert, you will attest to it because I share with you the cost of the products and stuff like that. So you know exactly what goes into it. So when somebody's charging $60 for a certain pre-workout, and I'm not talking about Apollon. I mean, we can say, I don't know, like a Pro or Morphogen, those are fucking fully stacked pre-workouts. Whether they for you or not, that doesn't matter. But we're talking, they are fucking fully stacked, they fully dosed, and they cost $60. Now you have a choice if you want a premium brand, because those brands can call themselves premium no matter what. So if you want to pay for that, that's fine. I'm sorry, Revive is a well-known brand. It's a well-known brand. It's a well-respected brand. But yes, that product does not cost $60 retail. That's way, way, way too much. And collagen cannot cost $50 for 30 servings. I mean, there is a premium and there is a rip-off. I mean, that's safe to say that it's a rip-off. That's where a customer is getting ripped off because they're paying for something they shouldn't be paying that much. You know, somebody pointed out recently that I think that Double Impact costs close to $70 because it's like 65, 67 and whatnot. But you have Hooligan that costs about 50 plus, and you have Assassin that costs just as much, if not more. Both of them are fucking stacked, and you have ingredients from both in one product. Technically, if I would put a price on it of $100, it would be justified because guess what? If we're selling it, there is a reason why we only sold to a few, very, very few retailers, because we sold it just for the, you know, kind of to enhance, so to speak, brand popularity and kind of like spread the word. But we didn't make no money on it because we cannot go and charge retailers $40 or $50 for a pre-workout. It's impossible to do. So what happens is we're making very, very, minimal profit, minimal that literally puts us at loss just to make, but we're making up, of course, when we sell direct to the consumer. But it's still, if I right now would show you a price of Double Impact and said Double Impact is $80, it's fully justified price, fully justified. Right. There is nothing you can say about it. But when you see a product that costs $3 or $4, but you're charging $50 for it, and we all know those brands do exist, I mean, we should call them out. We should point out, and we should point to the consumer, like, listen, if you don't know the ingredients and you don't know the products, you are getting ripped off. I mean, that's just the fact. So sometimes you pay for a premium price, but in reality, I mean, take half a serving of products from Apollon, or take half a scoop from Morphogen, or take half a scoop from Leica Pro. I mean, the half a serving, in most cases, and I'm not saying some, I'm saying most, is more than a full dose on a product that you're paying $30 or $40, which means you're actually saving.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to look at it from that perspective, and Shane is absolutely right. Making a living excuse, that doesn't work because, you can kill somebody, or you can steal cars, or you can, rob people. You're also making a living, but, you can't really justify it because it's just wrong.
Very true. Very true. My non-stim pre is Brain Gains, High Volume by PES, or Alpha Strength by Brawn Nutrition. The only one.
I think he's saying that's a stack.
That's
Alpha Strength. He specifically says and. I was like, but that? I'm assuming it's a nice stack.
Creatine stack, pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say I assume Alpha Strength is some sort of performance power thing.
5
it's
grams
like
of
creatine
monohydrate,
betaine, Pico2, those kind of things.
Let
me show.
You never heard about the Brawn?
No.
Alpha? That's a goodie.
It's the 2.5 grams of creatine Magna Power kind of seems like a waste.
Yeah.
Everything else is good. The Elevate TP dose, I don't know if it needs to be 300 because all the studies are at 150. There was another brand that I saw that used like 250 or something of it like that, and it doesn't need to be that high.
I had this product a few times.
Yeah. This is solid. It's an expensive pre-workout stack.
How much is it?
So, I don't know how much this is. Is it out of stock, or can I just not buy it on their website?
I can tell you.
On the retailer side. $38, $40, 40 pounds.
UK.
Yeah. So
how many servings?
Pounds.
It has 3 scoops, but how many servings of 3 scoops?
That's a good question.
It's 30.
It is 30?
So it's 90 scoops.
Yeah.
Yo.
Tell you, man, then European scoop sizes.
There you go.
You always need to weigh them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, see here, it said, so look, this ingredient is incorporated, and it's
30
proven
point-
at a dosage of 150 milligrams daily. We've included 300, twice the daily dose, to maximize the ingredient potential. The problem is, you have
Sorry.
more isn't
it's
always
20
better.
25 servings per container.
Okay.
I was going to say 375 seemed odd. 375 grams of 30 servings didn't leave
Yeah,
much.
25 servings.
25 servings.
And this supposed to be a nootropic, right?
No,
this is just like a pump in performance or power
It's just
performance.
just seems to be like a
daily
performance
muscle builder
pre-workout.
kind of thing.
yeah, like a stack.
Yeah. But yeah, just
Power, performance, those kind of
I mean,
things.
this looks more like an endurance pre-workout more than anything.
No,
that's the point.
it's not a pre-workout, man.
So what is it?
daily
Like I said-
ATP muscle builder
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Oh,
Because you've got betaine, you've got Pico2, you've got all kinds of
Creatine.
yeah, you've got creatine, you've got L-taurine, Vita
yeah, I
Cherry
mean,
to support the recovery.
I mean, this is one of those things, whatever it is. Like, you know, I mean, you look at I look at the label and I see it's good, not super great, but I mean, it's good. I mean, Robert is right. The creatine Magna Power, don't see a whole point in this at all. None actually whatsoever. A lev ATP at 300. I mean, it looks more like to impress rather than, you know, to improve the formula. That's it. I mean, it's good. It's good.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong. Like the 2.5 grams of creatine Magna Power isn't going to hurt anything, and neither is the extra 150 milligrams of LV-ATP. But my thought process is, what's the point? I mean, at best, it might have a marginal impact. At worst, it's going to be doing nothing, and you're paying for stuff that's not really doing anything or providing any benefit. So it's wasting money on the consumer side and on the brand side.
You know,
stuff.
when I look at something like this, I also look from the perspective of you know, the cost, and I see like this is like, you know, if it's a daily driver or non-stim or whatnot. I mean, I can see it as a good product.
No, bro, it's not.
It's sort of like a creatine on.
It's like a daily creatine formula, Rob.
Yeah, don't say it's like a pre-workout of like an intra workout or anything like that. It's like
Okay.
it's like a daily muscle builder. So you've got basically like a stack product that you've got everything what you need that will saturate your muscles and helps with recovery. So basically you've got your creatine, betaine, you've got your mushrooms with good dosages, you've got your L-taurine, which will help with hydration, you've got your Vita Cherry, which helps with recovery. So that's a fucking great formula, man.
Well, then it's like it's like enhanced creatine formula. You know, it's definitely has its benefits. I still don't see the point of Magna Power, and I still don't see a lev ATP at 300. But I mean, it's probably not going to hurt. That's for sure. I mean, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Would you rather
Wait a second. He clearly says this is my non-stim pre.
I mean,
yeah, brain gains.
Yeah,
and
It's a
high
stack,
volume.
is what he's saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
He's
mean,
stacking all three of them together.
I have
Okay.
my creatine
He's
post
stacking these
workout.
three products all together.
I
Yeah.
know some people do it pre, but I don't think this is
High
good
volume.
for-
High volume is like a pump product. Brain gains is more like a, you know, with if it's
Nootropics.
about, you know, caffeine. Then yeah, it's like a, you know,
Yeah.
booster, and let's say, you know, alpha strength is more like a post workout stuff. Those kind of things.
Yeah.
And who makes the product? Is it UK?
As
Brawn
I said,
Nutrition? Yeah, I think
Brain Gains is a different company. High volume is PES, and Alpha Strength is Brawn Nutrition.
Okay.
Three different brands, three different products.
so. Yeah. For listeners tuning in, this will be last call for any comments or questions you guys have. While we're waiting for them to get in any last minute stuff, I want to get some feedback on this from you guys. We've talked about cream of rice before on the podcast, and I've seen a couple of brands come out with this, and they come out with their version of cream of rice or something. how is this a seller for like this would be akin to like Apollon coming out with a bag of pasta, and it's just like there is nothing added to this. It is pure
man,
cream of rice powder. So what's wrong with like Uncle Ben's cream of rice at the store?
There's one thing you have to learn in Europe. If you can get all your supplements from one brand, they're gonna come out with something, man. And like it doesn't hurt.
But is there enough demand for this over in the UK?
Robert,
like, you're not going to get it from the grocery store kind of thing.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. Back in it, like last year, you had in US this fucking spike of interest in CBD, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like people went crazy. In Europe, nah, fuck that. You know, we don't care shit about about that kind of shit because we can buy like straight natural stuff, from Holland or from other places. But as far as like cream of rice and other stuff, as Shane said, if there is like a demand, brands are jumping on it straight away, and that's why and that's why you can see the cream of rice basically with every brand nowadays. UK went crazy, and now the hype is in Europe on top. So yeah, man.
It's not different from like bulk dextrose or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you just buy it from the grocery store? Like they sell cream of rice in the grocery store, don't they? I'm sure it's cheaper than getting it through a supplement company.
No.
That's the thing.
Those specialty things are American, bro.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
American supermarkets, like when I went and in Europe, if basically you got to chop out all your branded shit. Mm-hmm. And it's more just like a couple of options. So you might get oatmeal. You won't get the several different brands that you get in the US.
Okay.
You won't just get that variety. You'll just get like one core thing. And that's just how it is. That's why these guys will be like, that's why, remember I told you, fuck all bacon over there. Fuck all, like peanut butter is like not that easy to find. And so supplement companies come out with clean peanut butter. And this just makes sense. Like I said, they sell their own like 4+ Nutrition in Italy. They sell like branded oatmeal, like flavored oatmeal. This is the supplement company selling flavored oatmeal.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like it must just be a difference between the countries. That's all.
But I see what Robert is saying, because the thing is that I think that cream of rice as a product, just like oatmeal, doesn't have to do much with supplements. I mean, they're releasing it, of course, that's their right to release it, and if there is demand, why not? I mean, they're making money, so it's good for them. But I would like to see a little bit more of a tweak to it, like a little bit more to it than just cream of rice. I really actually, one of my favorite products is, surprisingly, by 5% Nutrition. I don't know if they still make it or not, Real Food.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
That's like, to me, that was when I saw it.
Real carbs.
Real carbs. I'm sorry. Yeah.
They changed the name.
They changed it.
Yeah, they had
to change the name.
Yeah, I don't know if the formula is the same or not. I haven't used it in a while, but when they came out with it, I was like, okay, that's impressive. That I really liked. I like the combination. I like how they came up with it. I mean, that was really, really good, and I saw it, as something beneficial for performance and stuff. But other than that, I don't know.
That's the thing you get, like in Europe, though. That's like a distinct difference. Supplement brands in the US mostly stick to, like, sports nutrition. Europe tends to try and cover you from all bases. Like, if you can have oats, they'll make oats. If you have cream of rice, they'll make cream of rice. If you want a pizza base, they'll make you a fucking protein pizza base. They'll try and cover you from all aspects outside of just supplements. That's why these guys have just giant lineups. And the manufacturing in Europe is so diverse. There's probably someone who can make such specific things for anyone.
Remember,
probably just a cream of rice supplement.
What's that?
The Real Carbs.
No. I mean, as far as I remember, they didn't have.
It's like oats, sweet potato, and
I think there's blueberry in it, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember.
Oatmeal, yams, and sweet potatoes.
This was just a combination of carb sources.
Okay.
But carb sources, that athletes, bodybuilders actually dieting on, but just in a powder form.
Yeah.
And it was very enjoyable, and I thought it was a brilliant idea at the time, because this came out like what, 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Yeah,
So,
I remember when it first came out because I had to write the explainer on it.
Yeah, see, similar to cream of rice, just
similar.
Just
a different sources.
There you
Yeah,
go.
just seems weird because you already have so many different cream of rice in the.
Yeah.
But still, in US, you can like buy a cream of rice, while here in like local stores, maybe the closest thing I would say would be a baby food or something. If you want to buy in a store, in a specialty products, yeah, sure, you can buy the cream of rice, but you need to Google up, yeah.
There you go. All right, gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the comment section. Unless anybody has any last second rants that they want to get off their chest, airing of grievances. No. All right. Who wants to do the outro today?
I saved mine for after the podcast.
Okay. One of these days, I'm going to tell you that it's over, and I'm just not going to let it, and then we're going to get the unfiltered Shane, the uncut, the raw Shane.
You're not
And
gonna
then you're gonna edit the entire shit.
All right, anybody want to do the outro?
Shane is always our outro guy.
I feel like I did it last week.
Yeah, but you do it best.
No, I don't.
Yes, you
I do
do.
it horrible. I even tried to do it really bad last week, and you guys are just laughing.
I will help you out a bit.
I can't be bothered, man.
Okay.
All right.
I will shut the fuck up. I will shut the fuck up when you will do the outro.
Robin can do it. He's the leader of the podcast. He's been slacking off. What did he do? He needs to. Look, he's got his purple shirt on and his purple hat on inside, no less.
We do. Yes, I do. That's because otherwise my hair is all over the place.
I was gonna say, didn't you have that rule?
I need a clean cut, man.
My mom always had that rule: hats off inside.
Well, yeah, of course, but this is my podcast or my show, my house. I can do what the fuck I want to. Our podcast, my house. That's what I meant to say. So, are you offended by my hat? Do I need to take it off?
I don't give a shit.
Okay, I just don't want to be told I look like ass, so that's why I have the hat on.
Hey, welcome to my world.
All right, thank you all listeners again for tuning in. We appreciate the support each and every week. If you have any questions or suggestions for a future podcast or topic for discussion, leave a comment down below. Shoot me an email to supplementengineer@gmail.com or hit up Robbie on Instagram at, what is it, Robic2075? Yeah. Slide into Shane's DMs at Stack3D News. And Lukasz, how do you prefer they hit you up?
Go to Prometeus.nl. Visit our website. Go to Prometeus.nl. Visit our website. And if you are like a retailer or wholesaler, you can create your account on our site, so we can hook you up with some cool ass shit.
There you go.
That was a very professional.
There we go.
Make
sure to like, comment, subscribe to the podcast. Also, subscribe to the Stack 3D podcast on Apple, iTunes, and all of the other podcast perusing platforms. And for a big, fat, sweet discount, Lukasz, what do they do?
Yes, 15% or 10% or whatever it is, but use the fat discount. Final scoop for that.
I don't know how much money you're saving. Just use that.
Fat 15% discount. Apollon Nutrition, as Robbie's been gracious enough to give us the code Final Scoop to save anything. You guys got any questions? Feel free to hit us up anytime. We appreciate your support. Catch you all next time. Final Scoop.
Bye.
See ya.